Well, hello, beauty. Come on in. Welcome to this moment in time when you can step away from your frenetic thoughts and all the noise around you and tap into calm. This is the Daily Tap. If you're new here, I'm Kandiee Evenson, empowerment coach, oracle guide, intuitive, chakra, shadow, you name it. Mostly, I love to show people this technique, the emotional freedom technique, because it is science-based, it's clinically proven, evidence-based, to help you release the stress that you carry and to relax your nervous system, help your body heal itself, release emotional and physical pain, give you clarity. So we have all those thoughts in our brain. We cannot think clearly. So it is just the most special, most potent mind-body tool that you can use. And in the coaching process, we can go quite deep without re-traumatizing, without re-experiencing, but observing what was going on and actually clear the blocks within your energy system to help you move into the world that you wish to be a part of. Okay, so I want you to just check in for a moment, take a nice breath, and look at how much stress you're carrying around with you now. Check in with your body and notice where you feel any kind of stress. From your head to your toes, where does it sit within your body? This tightness, discomfort, unease, constriction, any type of something feels off, right? And it can show up in so many ways. So just notice as you drop down out of your brain into your body and just check and notice how intense it feels today. Because we are all walking around with it. We have been so exposed to so much happening around us. And, right now in the cosmos, we are in the flux of this crazy time. As I look out the window in the morning, because of the days shortening, I'm now up pre-dawn, and out my window to the east, I see 6 planets. And it's had the little crescent room. It's the moon. And we're moving into and just about to have the new moon and the eclipse and the equinox. And if you're familiar, the Schumann resonance is really spiking. There's a lot going on for us, a lot of craziness within the planet, within everything around us. And it's okay. This was meant to happen. And spending a moment like this to tap into some calm is your best way to navigate the emotions that will come up. So tune into that. 0 to 10, how intense does everything feel to you in your body? All those thoughts running around in your mind, they're actually held within your body. So just see that. Notice the number. And all you need is responsibility for your own well-being. And you can tap where I tap, repeat what I say, and see how you feel. And notice as I show you this oracle deck that we are going to create our affirmational tapping from, notice how your body reacts as I show you that, and we pull the card and I read the description. Just kind of notice what happens there. Because sometimes you will really resonate and be drawn towards it, and other times you'll resist and pull back, or just feel sort of neutral, whatever it is. Just notice there'll be a color in the image or a particular part of the image. There will be a word, a sentence, a phrase. Just tune into that as we go through this. And note that the more frequently you tap, daily like this with me, on your own, optimally twice a day, when you wake up, before you go to sleep, I tend to tap more when I get a little stressed. So I walk around doing that. But, remind yourself that you have this incredible tool at your hands, fingertips. And as we do this, we set an intention for the greater good and highest joy of all. And we are looking for that message that was meant for us. Regardless of when this message reaches you, it's timeless. So whenever you pick it up, it's meant for you. In fact, you can use all the lives on my YouTube channel, because that's where this will stay. You can use that as an oracle and randomly choose one of those videos. See what comes up for you. Okay, let's do it. Today we have Faces of OSHUN by ABIOLA ABRAMS. She's a fabulous woman. She is an author and transformational speaker, and she's all about the self-love, teaching self-love and how to connect that way. So let's take a look at, thank you, Spirit. What do we need to know today for the highest good and greatest joy of all? And know that as we're tapping, you can add or substitute words to make it more for your personal. Oh my goodness, this is fascinating. OSHUN floods, spite, malice, revenge. Whoa, look at her with this amazing weapon, and wow. There's a lot of discord going on in our world today. I've noticed all over, regardless of where you live in the world. Things are truly shaking up. And that's whether it's earthquakes and volcanoes and storms and floods, or it's, the political system and everything going on. It's not just here where I am in the US. I see it everywhere. So let's take a look at what this means for us today. So first of all, look at this image again. How does this resonate for you? And what's coming to mind as you look at her? And are you drawn into it? Are you pulling back? Wow, let's take a look. I have not picked this deck up in a while, and I guess it was meant to be. If you're new here, and those of you who are returning, you may remember that I use my pendulum to help me choose, which deck, because that way Spirit can really help me choose rather than just my preference, because sometimes I'll just go back to the ones I really love the artwork in, for instance, or I've been getting such great messages. I want all of you to have them. And I think using the pendulum connects with my higher self and therefore the universe, and helps me with that. So let's see. What does this mean for all of us? It's crazy. All right. And again, I forgot that I have my microphone here. I want to make sure you can hear me. So let's do this again. OSHUN floods, spite, malice, revenge. Checking in with that image. And I'll hold it while I read this. Okay. Remembering that we're connecting to self-love. So what is this all about? I channel my darker emotions into growth and healing. Well, that's awfully profound right there, right? Because we can go through so much. And if we just look at the lessons and the growth we get every time we go through something. Okay, so this is initiation of shadows. Tread carefully in both action and emotion. When OSHUN floods appears, she doesn't tiptoe around your feelings. She's here to tell you bluntly, Harboring spite, malice, and revenge drowns your spirit and clouds your judgment. It's human to feel these emotions, but letting them control you will lead to your own undoing. Stop wallowing in bitterness and resentment. It's unproductive and self-destructive. What to do now? Take a hard look in the mirror. Address your feelings and heal them. The world owes you nothing, but you owe it to yourself to rise above the flood and find higher ground. If someone is being spiteful toward you, protect your emotional well-being. Establish clear boundaries to ensure that you are not continuously exposed to harmful intentions. These boundaries can be in the form of reducing contact, seeking support, or practicing assertive communication. You have the choice and the right is to prioritize your peace and emotional health over getting entangled in a whirlwind of negativity. Yeah, a lot of us are doing that now. We're backing away from a lot of the social media. I've definitely blocked some of the common things that come through so that it's just not so negative all the time. Okay, so this is titled Her Story. In one word, her story. In one tale, envy toward Oba, Shango's first wife, overtakes OSHUN. Oba seeks OSHUN's advice on making a special dish for their shared husband, Shango. OSHUN deviously wears a scarf to hide her ears and includes a mushroom resembling an ear in her dish for Shango, who loves it. To compete, Oba uses her own ear in a dish for Shango, but he is disgusted and rejects the meal. OSHUN laughs at Oba's mishap. Oh my goodness. Talk about spite. Healing ritual. Write down any grudges or negative emotions on a piece of paper. Well, I'm always telling you to journal and write things down, so this is really huge. Look at the things that you're really upset about and how you're holding things. Fill a jar with water. Let's call it a flood jar. Visualizing these emotions being cleansed. Place the paper in the jar, representing emotional release. Add small symbolic objects that represent different aspects of your life. Gently swirl the jar, imagining OSHUN's healing floods washing away negativity and bringing clarity and renewal. Dispose of the water in a natural source or your garden, returning cleansed energy back to the earth. That's a pretty powerful ritual. You can write down any negativity that's coming up for you. And, a lot of times I will just write or I'll tap about it. I feel so angry right now. I feel so frustrated. I feel so disappointed. Of course I would be. Look what's going on. Just anything that's coming up. I'm so stressed, blah, blah, blah. And just let some of these feelings out. Writing it down and putting it in that water. Bless the water. Imagine it flooding, cleansing. And if you're in an apartment like me, I could put it in one of my plants, but I would go outside and put it in our perimeter. We have the river here. I could put it there, or I could pour it by the trees. So think about that you have it's cleansed. It's no longer negative, and you're giving it back to Mother Earth. It's truly a great ritual. So let's see what we can tap on here. This is fascinating to me. So look at her again. It is truly a beautiful image that she is standing there telling you all of those negative grudges and things that you have in your mind. It's time to let them go. And it is no greater time than this, during this whole crazy equinox time, to let go of things. It's kind of like we're going into fall and we always go through our closets, or those of you in the Southern Hemisphere are going through the closets and adding your spring, summer things. So, it's what we can do with our inner emotions and all the feelings that we have, right? So let's do that. Okay, so start at the eyebrow point. I channel my darker emotions, side of the eye, into growth, under eye, and healing. Under nose, I tread carefully, chin, in both action and emotion. Collarbones. It's time for me to take a look in the mirror, underarm, and address my feelings, top of the head, and heal them. Eyebrow, I channel, side of the eye, my darker emotions, under eye, into growth, under nose, and healing. Let's repeat that. I channel my darker emotions, collarbones, into growth and healing. Third eye, so it is. Amen. I invite you to do some journaling, or at least grab a piece of paper and start writing things down. In journaling, it's a fantastic thing to let things come out, because there is a definite connection between spirit, your higher self, your higher power, God, the universe, and the pen. And as you start to write, you can just not even know what you're going to write about, just free flow it. Sometimes I've actually started that way. I don't know what I'm going to say. I know I'm taking a little bit longer today, but I want you to know that this energy that we're holding in us is blocking the positive energy within us. We can't move forward with this negativity. And the more you hold it in, the more it will build and come out some way, in really sometimes tragic ways, through illness, disease, through accidents and pain, through hurt with other people. All sorts of things can happen. So take this moment to write them down, or at least tap and do it. But as I was about to say, in the journaling, once you've written it out and you kind of feel this release, tap through it. Read it out loud to yourself and tap. And you can just do the one point, however works for you. But read through it as you tap and see if anything else comes through. And in the end, you never have to fix it. You can just honor it. You voice it, you honor it, and you move the energy. It's really pretty powerful. So I'm so glad you are here with me. Thank you for coming back. If you've been here before, thank you for joining me for the first time. If that's the way it is, please know that you are loved. I see your beauty. I see your light. Let your soul shine and